What's up everybody, it's Ray Lux, and today I wanted to talk about my experience with needleless lip fillers. So if you want to take a look how nice and juicy my lips look. Anyways, so what is exactly needleless lip fillers? It's pretty much a technique that uses an air compression pen to push the product in that contains hyaluronic acid, which our body naturally produces, so you can't get an allergic reaction to it, rather than, you know, getting the needle lip fillers with other substances and whatnot is in that. So this procedure is way more budget friendly than a needle injection. A needle injection, coming from someone who's done both, from my experience, I paid $600 for one syringe, which is like 1 ml, and compared to $300 for 1 ml with the needleless lip filler, it is way more budget friendly. So I wanted plump juicy lips and I was aiming for 2 mls. With the needle one, I was like, okay, I don't want to spend like $1,200 on lips, you know, so I just stopped at that one. And then so I found this needleless lip filler, and I figured, like, if I'm gonna spend $600 for one syringe, might as well spend that $600 and get 2 mls for the price that I paid for one needle injection, you know what I mean? But yeah, so that is another plus, is the price for it. It's half the price of a needle injection, so you're more willing, you're more likely to reach your desired goal for a fraction of the cost. So yeah, so the procedure takes approximately an hour. Your specialist will map out your lips. Like, he or she will take a look at your lips and see what you need to work on, like if there's a little bit of asymmetry, what to kind of fill, like what shape you're going for, and just kind of map everything out and make sure you got the right shape that you're going for. You don't want to end up with like weird, you know. So they map it out to see like what they need to focus on, where they need to put more, where they need to put less, you know, just to make it nice and symmetrical. For me, I really like having full lips and just kind of like a pout. So I did 2 sessions altogether, so that's 2 mls. Honestly, I might want to do one more, but we'll see. I don't want to go too crazy, but this is a really good size for me right now. But I mean, I may get used to the size and may want to add like one more, but I'll make sure I don't go overboard on that. But yeah, so this procedure, she'll numb he or she will numb your lips, and then maybe about like 5 minutes later, wipe it off and then start injecting the filler in. So it's pretty much like a compression pen. Like I said, she'll like push it up against your lip and it's just like a click. It's more so the sound that kind of like tripped me out the first time. It's just like a puh, puh. I was just like, oh dang, okay. But it doesn't hurt, it feels like a flick. It's just like the sound, and I was just like, okay. Kind of startled me a little bit, but after that it's easy breezy. Like my specialist like lets me talk even like while she's doing it, you know. But yeah, super well, it feels really quick because the lady that I go to, she's so fun. We have a good time while she's up in there injecting my lips and everything. But the thing is, you can only do 1 ml at a time, just to, like, you know, get your lips used to it, and then you can do it in 2-week increments. So I did my first session, I waited 2 weeks, and then I did my second session. So this right here is about a week and a half healed. So the swelling's pretty much gone down. The first few days are gonna bruise up kind of, but I mean, like, it depends. Everyone's body reacts differently. So for me, my first session bruised up pretty bad, but luckily, you know, we're in a pandemic, we have to wear masks, no one could see it. Then after like a few days, the bruising and the swelling went down, and then it's kind of like, okay, I kind of like the swelling, I kind of like how big it was when it was swelling, so I'm ready for my next session, you know. And so when I went in for my second session 2 weeks later, I didn't bruise up as much, so I feel like my body got used to it maybe. But yeah, I didn't bruise up as much as the first time, and I feel like my swelling didn't last as long, which is good. But then now that the swelling went down, I'm just like, oh, I miss the big swollen lips, to be honest, you know. But yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna show you guys like up close. Sorry, so I have lipstick on right now and everything because I went out, but I didn't have to overline my lips like how I usually do. We focused mostly on the top lip because my bottom lip was pretty plump already. I just wanted a little bit more fullness at the top, kind of round it out over here. I'll post like my before and after pictures too, but we really wanted to maintain like that cupid's bow, but just make it a little round over here. You can still see a little bit of like the injection sites and everything, but it doesn't hurt. Like the actual injection just kind of feels like a flick. You're numb, you don't really feel anything. But yeah, so these are my lips now. This is 2 mLs, so I'm thinking about doing one more. Don't judge me, but yeah, but I really like how it is now. And you know, like, I don't know about you guys, but I couldn't smile without my top lip like disappearing, but now I have a full smile. My lips just stay right there. But yeah, I'm loving the results. So yeah, no top lip disappearing here.
So this is the before and after of my first session, which is 1 ml, and this is immediately after my first session. This one is 1 milliliter healed, and right after my second session with 2 mLs. And as you can see, my lips are nice and plump and juicy. Of course, it's a little bit swollen. And this one is the before and the after of my second session.
So overall, my experience was so good, especially because my specialist was amazing. Like, she talked me through everything. She was so informative. Any questions that I had was answered. And of course, like, if you've never heard of needleless lip fillers, you've got lots of questions. And yeah, like, you should find the specialist that knows what he or she is talking about, because my specialist is awesome. Of course, I was like, well, I was a little hesitant because here in Hawaii, it's not super big yet. She said it's been around for like 10 years, you know, like in bigger cities like LA and stuff like that, but for us in Hawaii, it's pretty new. So everyone's kind of like unsure about it. So she made me feel so comfortable and so confident in this whole procedure that I was good to go. I was ready. No, like, not uneasy at all. And after the first one, I was honestly ready. Like, right after the first session, I was ready to do my next session. But you know, gotta be patient. You have to let the filler settle into its right position. So before the whole procedure, like the day before, make sure you exfoliate your lips. Make sure you're drinking a lot of water, because this hyaluronic acid injection is a water loving molecule. So the more hydrated you are, the more fuller and more plump your lips will be. So that goes for, you know, post injection. Just make sure you're staying hydrated so your lips will stay nice and plump. And yeah, so that's pretty much all you have to do, like, as like prepping. Like, make sure you're, you know, exfoliating your lips so, you know, it can take the injection a lot easier. And yeah, afterwards, they say not to exercise, drink lots of water, you know, especially because it's a water loving molecule, so you want your lips to be nice and full. And nothing hot. Like, don't drink coffee, don't drink like hot soups and stuff, because I think it'll like make it more swollen. I think you want something cooler to like keep the swelling down. I think that's why she told me not to drink hot stuff. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. There's nothing crazy. There's like no downtime. There's nothing crazy. Oh, make sure you don't drink alcohol 48 hours before your procedure. But yeah, that's pretty much all the things that you have to be cautious about. That's what I did to prep for my procedure and how I took care of it after. For about a week after, I made sure I put like a good chapstick on my lips to just keep it moist and hydrated and stuff like that. No makeup 48 hours after, just because, you know, it's still like a microscopic wound that's open, so you don't want to infect it and make it swollen. So that's why they say 48 hours, no makeup. But yeah, I think that's about it. So this procedure I highly recommend, especially because, you know, a lot of people are afraid of needles, and it won't break the bank. So those are a win-win right there. So I hope that helps you guys understand a little bit more about what the needleless lip fillers are and how it works, from someone who's done both needle and needleless. Strongly recommend going the needleless way. But yeah, so I hope that was enough information for you guys, and I will talk to you guys later.